I'm very excited to introduce tonight's presenter, my dear friend and colleague, Whitney Chapman. She's a certified interdisciplinary yoga instructor and has been teaching at the yoga for JCC for 15 years. She's an expert in gentle and restorative yoga practices. Whitney currently teaches yoga for cancer care and created the Yoga for Parkinson's program for the JCC. A national fitness presenter, Whitney teaches meditation, melt, floor bar, Pilates mat, as well as yin yoga, vinyasa yoga, mudras, meditations. I mean, you name it, she does it all. And this year, she launched her online teaching, Wellness with Whitney, coming soon, whitneychapman.com. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And without further ado, I will pass it off to Whitney Chapman.
Wow, that's a heck of an introduction at 2:30 in the morning. Thank you so much. I'm hoping everybody's had a wonderful evening. We're going to do something really simple. So I'm going to invite you tonight to join us lying down. If you can lie on a bed, you can lie on a couch, you can lie on the floor. And if you can have a strap accessible to you or a towel or a tie, and also maybe either a couple of pillows or a couple of blocks. And if lying down is not an option for you, I will give you some, it'll be very easy, I think, to see how to do it in a chair. Put that in the chat so I know, and then I will cue accordingly. I can also say that if you just listen to the practice without doing it, your body will have the same experience as if you've done it. And if you fall asleep, we will do our best through Zoom to wake you up at the end of class so you don't have to miss the last class of the evening for Shavuot. So I'm going to come onto the floor and you'll meet my assistant, Molly. Molly's not a morning person, so she might be a little chatty this morning because she was like, what do you mean you're getting up at this hour? And I told her she could stay in bed, but she didn't want to miss out on anything. So if you would, I'm going to invite, oh, let me turn on, I have a little bit of music. If you will come and lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor, please. Let me get that playing. And Joelle, if the music seems too loud, it'll be a little soft to start with. Don't hesitate to let me know and I can change the volume so that it's a good mix for everyone. Okay. Yeah. So as you come onto your back, and I'd like for you to start by making some sound. So take a big breath in and exhale, just and do that a few times, please, very simply. The reason I like making this sound is that it's going to invite you into your body. That vibration will just bring a little bit of awareness to where you might have tension or tightness. At the very end of that sound, before the next inhalation, your body's actually in relaxation. We remind ourselves of where that is. Take one more deep breath. I'd like to invite you to feel the support of the earth that is behind you. So allow your bones to get a little heavy. Feel the weight of the back of your head, the weight of your shoulders, the ribs, pelvis. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel how your arms are resting on the floor. And ideally, I would like your hands to rest on your belly. You have taken in a lot of information this evening. So we want to use this as a way of letting your mind and body integrate all that you've participated in, whether you were on the fitness or health and wellness track this evening, or you were taking lectures and conversations and learning how to make cheesecake. Just let it all settle in. I'd like to invite you to transition your hands, place them right at your heart. Just feel the rhythm of your breath. know that you are safe. The earth is your back. It's your belly and heart and mind are open to the sky and to all the possibilities. One more breath. Just acknowledge why you chose to come to this. Another breath in and acknowledge one thing that you learned that sparked your interest, surprised you. Take one more breath and think about the one thing that you want to take after today. Let's gently. We're going to draw the right leg in. I'm going to be your leader. So grab your right leg, and if it's hard to reach your thigh, here's where your strap or tie can be helpful. I'm just going to draw that leg in towards us and begin to slowly circle your foot and ankle around. And feet and ankles sort of sound like Rice Krispies. Notice if there's a little crackling around. Let that happen, as long as it's not. And circle in the other direction. And then relax your leg. You're going to keep the hands on the strap of the thigh. Begin to stir your thigh around in your hip. And as it stirs, I want you to let the leg be as passive as you can so that the arms are doing the work. And just notice what it feels like. Let me also add that I want to invite you tonight to move towards what feels good. So if you know that something is not recommended for your body, just don't do it. But if you get into trying something and your body says, I'm not so sure, go slow. Feel free to pause. Feel free to just listen. Think as if. So if you choose not to do that, is hold that thigh in towards your belly. Take a few breaths here and feel how the belly changes, the breath changes. The thigh is nice and fast. We're going to take the opposite hand, so your left hand will come behind your head. Bring the elbow towards the ceiling. Let your head be heavy and support the head as you curl it towards the knee. And then as you get it up there, blow your knee a kiss. I know it's a little silly, but do it again. Our knees move us forward in life, and most of us haven't seen them this close in a very long time. So give them a little love. And then lower your head back down gently. Slide your hand away. And then let's take the leg once more and just bend and straighten your knee a few times. We'll come back to this a little bit later, but just begin to wake up the back of your thigh and the back of your calf. Once more. And then allow that leg to bend and place your right foot on the floor. Before we go to the left, take a moment here and just sense or notice, is there any difference that you can already tell just by waking up your right leg? Then let's grab the left leg, pull the thigh in towards you. Begin with your foot and ankle and begin to slowly circle it around. And then try going in the other direction. Just taking a breath here, you can flex and point the foot if you like. And noticing how crinkly or crunchy your ankle felt on this side. Then relax your foot. Let your hands take your thigh bone now and stir that around in your hip socket. And notice how your thigh is feeling in your hip. Also notice the gentle rocking that is starting to happen in your pelvis. You might notice it from right to left. You might feel it from tailbone towards the waist a little bit. Try going the other direction. But let your leg be heavy so your arms actually do more of this work. And then draw that thigh towards your chest. Give it a hug. Continue to notice your breath and the thigh against your chest. Take the opposite hand, which would be your right hand, slide it behind your head. Bring the elbow towards the ceiling. And then keep the head heavy in your hand and let your elbow hoist the leg, the head up. Look towards that knee and blow it a few kisses. Just to show it some love. You might feel your belly trembling a bit. It's contracting to help hold your head up. And then slowly lower the head back down. Release your hand. And then once again, with this leg, just slightly bend and straighten the knee. You know, the Rockettes are going to be coming back this fall, and you might need a few more Rockettes. So I thought we would do a little practice in just in case. Miracles do happen. Excellent. Let your left leg bend. Place your left foot on the floor. We're going to take the arms and extend them towards the ceiling, and I want you to start just by circling your hands and fists around. And then go the other direction. Very gently. And then make a fist with your hands and open them up nice and wide. A little starburst here. And with your fingers, with your palms open, flex your wrists as if you were giving the ceiling a high five. You are holding two keys, one in each. Just feel that stretch through your wrist and arm. Shoulders down. And then point your fingers downward like you were showing me. Feel how that may change. And relax your wrists, fingers going out, point towards the sky. Begin to carve some circles in the ceiling. So just let them, circle around. Make as big or as small as you like, but looking for we were in the Felden Price class just before this. Sonia was talking about the swing of your arms. You can hear it differently thinking about this. Then let's draw both arms towards the ceiling and let them float back. So over here, reach back. You might be near your nose or your bones. Maybe you reach the floor behind you. Just find where you can feel a stretch through the back of your arm into your ribs. And then reach up one side like you're stretching to grab something behind you. And reach up the other side. Feel free to let out. Sighs are just the body's expression. Once you've stretched and wiggled through both sides, bring the arms back up towards the floor. Your shoulder blades drop into the floor and turn your palms to face each other. You're going to let the arms open out wide into a T position and let the back of your hands rest on the floor. I'm going to invite you to actively press the back of your hands into the floor, which will cause your elbows to lift off the floor. And as you press the back of the hands down, spread the fingers wide. And now begin to slowly roll your head from right to left. And as you let the head roll, feel what the opposite shoulder and arm feel like. So when your head rolls to the left, what do you notice down the right side of your neck and into your shoulder. When you roll your head to the right, what do you notice down the left side? Put the head back to the center and then turn your palms down. Keep the hands active and press again. And again, continue with the head rolling gently from side to side. And notice by just changing the position of your hand, it changes the position of the two bones in your lower arm, radius and ulnar bone. And how does that impact the experience you're feeling in your neck and shoulders? If you feel a stretch or a lengthening or a pull that goes across the joint, meaning you might feel it from your hand to your wrist, across the elbow, up into the upper arm and shoulder. And what you're sensing is the pull of the connective tissue. And if you feel something between a joint, that is the muscle. Let your head turn to each side one more time. So this connective tissue that you might be feeling as we're rolling the head here and reaching through the arms. When the head and neck get out of alignment, you're okay. Sometimes it's because of what we do with our hands. And so if we think about all the computer work we may be doing, texting, if you play a musical instrument, right? So all of that work with the hands can influence the tissue all the way up into the neck and shoulders. Let's reach the arms now back up to the ceiling and reach across for your opposite elbows. Hold your elbows here and just draw a few circles with your elbows. And then go in the other direction. And then let the elbows float right above your head. We're going to take our feet, and if you're lying on a yoga mat, walk them towards the sides of your yoga mat, or at least wider than your hips. And if you're on a bed, just be mindful that you're still centered on your bed or sofa, and drop your thighs against each other. So we want to let the right thigh get heavy into the left and the left thigh get heavy into the right. It's going to anchor us for this next sequence. Begin to let your elbows now cradle across your chest. Ideally, I would like to invite you to allow this to happen because of your breath. So the idea that the inhale would bring your elbows and head to center, and the exhale would float the elbows across the body. As you explore this, notice that your head might have the inclination to turn. And if it does, let it happen. Your head prefers to stay looking towards the sky. You can also choose, if your head is turning, to let it turn in the same direction your elbows are. Or you can explore it and go in the opposite. Notice what each opportunity will provide you. And then as we repeat this a few more times, what feels best. That's going to release the most tension or give you the most opening, or work in a way that creates. The next time that your elbows head to the right side of your body, several breaths, and let the left arm feel like it's getting a little bit of a tug. You feel a pull or a stretch across the shoulder. As you continue to breath, and you might sense the back of the shoulder, like on this left side, has moved across your back towards the side of the body. Maybe as you settle in here, your right arm comes in. When you're ready to breathe in again, let's float the elbows back to the ceiling. Let's head over to the left. As you bring the elbows to the left, feel this light tug on your right arm.
Notice where you feel the stretch or lengthening happening in the shoulder, chest, or the back. You focus on the possibility that each exhale is a chance to release a little bit more tension. Maybe your arms get a little bit closer to the floor. And then allow yourself on your next breath to bring the elbows back to the ceiling. Release your hands, let them reach up and just shake them off like you were flicking water, releasing any water. If you had water on your arms or something sticky. And then let the arms just sort of melt onto the floor. We're going to bring the feet, leave the feet where they are and bring the knees apart now. And just like we did with the shoulders, we're going to take a similar action for the hips. So begin to slowly roll your knees from side to side. And I would like to invite you to keep your feet separate so that you can notice the internal rotation of a thigh bone and the external rotation of a thigh bone. So as one knee is coming inward, the other one is rolling outward. Start with attention on your feet and notice what it feels like as you roll across the bottom of your feet from one edge of your foot to the other. Then begin to notice what it feels like for your knees to flow through the air. And as they come towards the ground, how close or far away are they? Then notice what it feels like in your thigh, in your hip in particular. How does that thigh bone that we stirred a little bit ago, how does it feel as that knee moves in or out? Where do you feel it in your hip or groin area? What do you notice as you roll across your pelvis from one butt cheek to the other? Do you feel this up in your belly or in your waist? As we've been repeating this, as your body rolls up in a pelvis, the next time that your knees drop towards the right side of your body, pause there. And with each exhale, can you sense gravity pressing down, inviting your thighs to the floor? They may not get there. My legs are not fully on the floor yet. Just take some breaths and surrender. And find gravity, just surrender and notice the small, subtle change in your breathing. Using the breath, slowly float the knees and hips back to center. Let's go back and forth a few times, and then we'll take a pause on that. Next time that your knees find the left side of your room, let them drop gently to that side. And pause here. And notice in your body, does one direction or one side feel more familiar? Where are you holding on and where are you? And very slowly, using the breath, your legs back. And then I want to invite you to raise your arms to the ceiling one more time. This time, start grabbing your elbows. And if you have the capacity that's free, reach for your shoulders. Put your hands up your arms towards your shoulders. And I want you to just give yourself a hug. And let your torso twist a little bit. Many of us in this past year have not had the capacity to hug all of All right, notice which arm is on top. We're gonna open the arms up because when you see those people that you have missed hugging, you're gonna reach those arms out and say, oh, wow, I'm so glad to see you. And this time I want you to place the other arm on top. You can grab the elbow if that works, or if you can reach around to the back of the shoulders. And then again, give them that big wiggling hug. Feels good. No. This 14 hugs a day will help you. Release your arms and let them rest by your side. And chocolate releases the same endorphin as but chocolate hugs. If you can't have hugs, a little more chocolate. Let's bring the right thigh into the chest and slide your left leg so it's in a comfortable place. We're going to be holding this leg for a bit. So if it's tough or the leg seems far away, here's where your strap or tie or towel can work behind your thigh. Let's go back to lengthening the heel back up and down a few times. So bending the knee and letting it stretch. And then I want to invite you to find your longest right leg. So for some of us, especially if you have the towel, if you can lengthen the leg away from your body a bit, you'll be able to find more space behind your knee. Flex your ankle like you're standing on the ceiling and feel the stretch from your heel down to your sit bones. You might feel your hamstring or your calf or the connective tissue. And then take your leg and point the foot. And notice how the position of the ankle and the foot changes. And then choose whichever position feels best to you. So whether you're pointed or flexed. I'm going to choose flexed for this leg, but you choose what works. And then I want to invite you to take your left leg and begin to slide it down the mat. If you're someone who suffers or deals with low back pain, you might choose to keep your leg bent to some degree. You might also explore the capacity of lengthening your leg all the way down. And as you lengthen that leg, flex your left foot. Let yourself breathe into this capital L for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Think about a line from your heel on your right foot to your sit bone. And from your left foot, from your heel to your head. Nice big stretch. We're going to let this right leg come as close to the body now as you can. And as you bring it closer to you, at some point your knee will soften because your hamstring is going to tell you it's at its end. Let that knee soften. And we're going to take the opposite hand and bring it to the outside of your leg, or if you're holding the strap, put the strap in your left hand. Right hand is going to come to your hip. You're going to hold that hip. And I want you to just float your right leg a little bit to the left. Keep your hips and heels on the ground. Just feel a lengthening now through your outer calf, through your outer hip. Then we're going to bend that knee and keep it twisted. Slide your right hand out to the side. Here's what we would call a passe if you were in dance class, or that preparation for that rockhead kick that we talked about. And now let your hip roll over as far as you want to go. And just take a nice big stretch. So ideally, you're upper hip, maybe into the waist and the lower back. Let yourself breathe. See if you can keep the right shoulder down as you cross the right knee to the left. We're going to roll back onto the back. Hug this right thigh into your chest. Place the left foot on the floor. We're going to come into what we call figure 4. Crossing this leg over your thigh. And I want you to just gently open and close the knee. And drag that right leg away from you. And then let it relax. As you let it open again, pause here. Now here's where the strap can come in handy again. We're going to reach around for the left leg. So bring it around your left leg. Hold and draw the thighs towards you. You can also use your hands. As you breathe here, I want you just to let the legs come towards you. You'll roll to your waistline. I want you to feel what you feel, especially in your outer right. Relax your jaw and your back. Recognize your or breaths, you just release, relax your shoulders. And then hands with the strap, and let's raise the left foot up forward, leg cross. Bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to carefully lengthen the left leg all the way down. You're coming into tree pose. And as you lengthen the left leg, the right knee will drop. And as you feel that right knee dropping, if you find that you're rolling to your right butt cheek a little too much, raise your right knee so that you can feel both sides of your tush on the ground. Flex your left heel. And now we're going to take our arms and we're going to reach them out and up and reach them back and over your head. Feel the stretch. The arms, oh my goodness. They do not have to reach the floor behind you, but I do want them to be as long as your arms can be. So whether it's up or back, find that stretch. And then raise your arms back to the sky. We're going to release them. Go ahead and lift your right knee and step it over onto your left side. Now bend your left knee and it's going to hook that right leg. So you're basically across your leg again. And this time, hopefully a little more tightly than you were in our figure 4. Let's reach for the thighs, grab your strap. We're going to pull the legs towards our chest again. So now our legs are a little bit tighter crossed between us. And this can change where you feel this in your waist and your back and hip. Take a few breaths here. Gently release your hands or strap. Place your left arm. Now let's uncross the right leg. Slide the right leg all the way down your mat. Shake it out. You can roll it around. You can kind of bounce it a little bit. Just give it a good shake. And then bend your right knee. Let's draw the left thigh into our chest and you that strap that we had. From here, start by extending and bending your knees. Notice the conversation you're going to have with your left leg. It might be different than your right. Find the longest left leg now. And again, flex the foot. For many of us, if we lower the leg a little bit, find more length behind the knee than if it's on your feet. So find your longest leg. This time choose whether it feels better to point your foot. Pause in that position. Begin to consider sliding your right leg down the mat. As far as it feels good to you. But once it's as far down, if you're all the way down, flex your right foot, press your right calf, knee and thigh to the floor. So again, we're in that capital L position. Let yourself breathe. Feel the lengthening that's occurring. And then we're going to draw this left leg as close to our body as we can. The knee will bend a bit here. That's fine. If we were flipped over on our feet instead of our back, this would be our split. So it just feels a little bit different and is often more accessible this way. Let's reach the opposite hand, the right hand, to the outside of your left leg and place your left hand wiggle it onto your hip, like you're holding your hips. You gotta get it underneath your thigh muscle. And then just drift this leg nice and long over to the right a little bit, keeping both tush cheeks on the floor. Let yourself just feel that space. And notice where you feel the stretch from the outer ankle to the outer hip. And then we're going to bend this knee. So keeping your right hand on your left thigh. Go ahead and slide your left hand out. And let's roll to the right to where it feels like a good, helpful stretch. Let yourself breathe. If you can keep the left shoulder on the floor. If your head wants to turn in one direction or the other, just allow that to happen. Easy breaths. With your next exhale, let's roll right back onto our back. Hug this knee in close. We're going to bend the right leg now. Place your right foot on the floor. And let's cross the ankle over the thigh. And press that knee away. Let it release. Just repeating that a few times. Just feeling this opening. And letting the knee stay open. Take your hands or that strap and slide it around the back of your thigh and pull the leg towards you. Get a big hug here. You're noticing that you've rolled into your waistband, your buttocks going off the ground a bit. You can use your left elbow and forearm to kind of push and guide that left leg. Allow yourself to breathe as effortlessly as possible. And on your next exhale, let's release the hand or strap and place your right foot on the floor. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to hold the pelvis relatively stable as we slide the right leg down the mat. As it gets down to flex your heel, let the left knee drop towards the floor. Now, if it rolls so far that you find yourself twisting to the left, your left knee width, maybe you'll book cheeks. And then let's take the arms up. Now, if you have the capacity this time, big butterfly wings. So we're going to latch our thumbs and give a little pull to the thumbs, which is going to cause an isometric contraction through the arms. And then pull those arms and let them reach towards the head, maybe up and over. Now, if that doesn't work in your shoulders, just separate your hands and stretch to where it does. So here with the pull of those butterfly wings, the arms are hugging towards your head as your thumbs are trying to pull away. Keep reaching through that right foot, with gravity pressing up your foot. And then raise the arms back to the ceiling, let them separate. Let them come to the floor. We're going to raise the left knee and it's going to step over onto your right side. And I would like for you to bend your right knee now. Just hoist that leg up so the legs will be a little bit tighter crossing for many of us. And we're going to draw the legs towards us again, and you can use your strap or your hand. Draw that leg in towards your chest. Legs are heading towards your heart. Let yourself breathe into your hips. Very slowly, releasing your hands and placing your right foot on the floor. Uncross the left leg. Slide it all the way down the mat and shake it out. And now take your right leg and slide it out and shake it out. So both wiggle. And then I want you to take your arms and wiggle and shake them up above you. Okay. Yes, getting all those creaks and crooks out of the body. We're going to walk your legs over to the right side of your mat. Those of you on a couch or sofa, just be mindful or edge of your mat. And to the right side, we're going to cross the left ankle over. We're going to reach our right hand for the left wrist. Your hand to the right. And now take your arms over to the right corner of your mat. So we're making a big side bend. We call this palm tree pose. And I'm hoping you feel a lengthening all the way up the left side of your body. And then release your arms, uncross your legs, walk your legs over to the left side of your mat. Take a right angle on top. Take your arms for your left wrist. Take over your head over and turn your head to the left and take the arms to the top left corner. Now feel that lengthening on the legs. One more breath. Gently exhale. Release the arms and cross the legs. We're going to slowly bend. Place your back on the floor. You're going to draw each thigh into your chest. Think of yourself at the top of this reverse child's pose. Back around a little bit. Roll around a little bit. And we're going to bring the thighs towards the chest. And I want you to separate your knees. You're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. We call this reverse butterfly or cobbler pose. You can hold your feet, your ankles, your shins, the back of your thighs. Use your arms to guide the knees. As your hands reach your feet, you can take a moment and give your feet a little massage. Show them some love. And then very gently and slowly, we're going to separate the feet and bring them towards the ceiling a little bit. We call this happy baby. So if you're able to reach for your feet, hold your feet or your calves. But I like to often just hook my hands around the back of my feet. Your knees are wide on your belly. And you can even let yourself rock here a little bit. This is an excellent posture to help with digestion, elimination issues. If you ate a little bit too much cheesecake earlier tonight, it's a good no. It also just feels really good. It's great. Let yourself as you're rocking find stillness in there. And then we're going to let one leg bend so the heel comes to touch. And then stretch the other leg out to the side a little bit. And feel that whole inner thigh opening up. Support the leg as you need to. On top. And then bend that knee. And bend the other leg. Big stretch. Notice the gravity really pressing down on your thigh. Let the knee bend. Let's go back to your first leg. Pull that out. And now see if you can take the other leg. So both legs go out to your knee position. And then flex your feet and point your toes. And again, just noticing how the positioning of your heels and ankles and feet just stretch up and down. One more time. And slowly let the knees bend. Bring your legs back together. Stir your legs around a little bit. And then pull your thighs to your chest. You can take one hand if you like and put it behind your head. Support the head. Curl up into first child's pose. Kiss those knees. And pull your shoulders in there. Putting back in place with your feet up on the floor. We're going to take our hands and we're going to rest the hands now in the crease, the heel of the hand in the crease of your hip, fingers on your thighs, and we're going to push into the thighs, which is going to create a big curve in our low back. And I want you to move back, roll your waist. And again, push with your hands to tilt the palms. Big stretch. Do that one more time. We're gonna take one arm onto your side is curl up onto your side, you can put your hand, arm under your head, or if you've got a pillow or a block. We're gonna slide our hand down the front and bring it towards us. Take our hand down. That feels like it's gonna go away. If your strap is around your lower leg. And then we're gonna swing this knee back underneath us to send the thigh backwards and the hip forward. So we're looking to feel a stretch through the front of your thigh. Your hand on your foot can pull the heel closer to you or just push it away. But the further you think of sending your knee backwards, the more it'll open that hip. I'd like you to take a couple of breaths here. And then very gently release your hand, release the strap, pull your knees into your chest. Now I'm going to invite all of you just to roll to your other side. But because of the camera, I'm going to sit up and just flip sides. So roll to your other side. Reposition your hand or a block underneath your head. Slide your top knee now towards your chest. Take your hand and bring it down the front of your shin to your ankle or use your strap. And send that knee down the mat. Opening. Think of sending your thigh backwards and your foot a little forward. Your foot can come towards your buttocks or you can push it away. And then very gently, very slowly, release. We're going to slide back onto our backs. So make your way onto your backs. And here's where you get to be a little push. So as you come onto your back, if you've got a couple of blocks or a couple of pillows, I'll demonstrate with you. We're going to let the feet come together in the knees now. And I want you to wedge. And it can be whatever height the hips work, whatever's in your back pulls. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to rest them back on our lower belly. I invite you to bring your head right back in line with your stomach. Take your hands for a brief moment and just bring them behind your back. To the base of your skull. Just pull your fingers around your waist. And then start to just brush down your neck. Let out some smiles. And then take your hand, bring it down your arm, and just brush down your arm. Let's brush down the other arm. And take your hands to your chest, brush down your belly, release any tension that's there. Just rest comfortably on your lower belly. Allow your eyes to close. And this posture is often referred to as the goddess posture. But in this position, if you were to look from above, you're making the figure 8. So your feet make the bottom loop, and then your hands, your elbows and shoulders across the chest. It's also the infinity symbol. So as you let yourself close your eyes now, if you can imagine the breath going up your left arm, it's to the shoulder, it's going to come across your chest, down hand finds your hip, and it's going to go across your pelvis into your left leg, onto your left foot, into your right foot, and up your right leg. And when it gets clean, it's like across to the left and right. Just imagine that track, that energy loop, that infinite symbol of breath. Rest in the bottom of your jaw. Let your eyelids gently relax over your head. Let the bones of your body get heavy and really surrender to the support Allow yourself. And then very slowly, I want to invite you to move in slow motion. Allow each knee to float up towards the sky. Placing your foot at a time. And then slowly lengthen one leg and then the other down the mat. Now, as you lengthen your leg, if you need some support, here's where that blanket or pillow or block can be placed under your knee. If you have a blanket around nearby, you can drape it over your torso. And I want you just to really surrender now into the breath. And when we're ready to finish our practice, you'll hear me hit a chime, or a Tibetan bowl actually, and that will bring you back. So let yourself get lost in the breath. Let yourself feel the support of the earth behind you and the sky above. Take a deep breath. Exhale gently. Let each breath bring your awareness back into this moment.
Very gently and very slowly let yourself stretch, and wiggle, and shift and move. Take a big breath in. Exhale. As you continue breathing, I invite you to just lift the corners of your mouth. That is our last posture. And as you sit there with, or lie there with just the corners of your mouth lifting, notice what that feels like. Very gently and slowly, I'll invite you to bend each knee and place your feet on the floor. Carefully take your time and roll yourself back up to sitting, if you like, or if you prefer just to go right back to sleep, then have a good night's sleep. I want to thank you for letting me be a part of your Tikkun celebration, Shavuot celebration. I want to let you know that I'll be teaching a yin yang yoga class, a very slow flow practice, a little bit more active than what we did today on June 17th, then you can sign up for that. And I will be teaching back in the JCC starting on Friday next week, a melt class at 10 a.m. So if you're a member of the JCC and want to come back into the building, would love to meet you and see you. Thank you so much, Joelle and Gia and the staff. May you have a good night's sleep. May you have a wonderful Shavuot holiday. And
Someone has a question. What is the name of the music you were playing?
oh, the music that I was playing, it is by Robert Coxon. I will put it in the chat. It's a whole album by him, and it is called, oh, let me just pull it up, The Silent Path. It is one of my favorite, like, chill relaxation, and it's about a 57-minute practice, so there's a little bit more of the music, but Robert Coxon, The Silent Path.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.